a wonderful day to rob a bank, maybe even two. It's a wonderful day to start a gang made of me and you. When Christmas comes, everybody's having fun, and no one's ever expecting that.
It's like a double secret live. All right. Now it's a regular, not secret live.
Yeah.
Hello, season's greetings, everybody. I'm pretty sure that picks up. Yes, I have a jangly hat on.
You have a jangly hat? What?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
we
upset
got lots of hats
slightly.
and stuff. It was a last-minute decision.
Mm.
We dug it up somewhere, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, it's here anyway, I'll wear the hat. It's a little constricting because my hair's quite long right now. But I don't really want to cut it. 'Cause it's cold. It's cold out there.
Mhm.
It's still 34 degrees for me. I don't think I've seen it above 40 today. So it's pretty chilly for Florida. I'm chilling here in my jeans and my wooliest winter socks.
Mhm.
Which is saying a lot for me. But yes, we're here. And people are appreciating the music already.
Yeah, I hope people like that. I've been listening to this music as I've been fucking around in Payday 2, and it's like it's getting catchy on me, so I decided to pipe it into you guys without us input so you can enjoy it for a few.
The good old classy music. All right. Before we go too much further, a special holiday shout out to our patrons, including Adam DeHarp, Architect 10, Bugs G, Carlos, Dragon, Ferris, Fairly Sized Bird, Jeremy Vasquez, Just the Fate, Jonathan Sandoval, Legendary Boss Hunter, Regent Raptor, Rise of Kenji, Rogue Robin, Shover, Empire, some guy named Bob 23, and Varen the Crow. We do and see what we're doing. Do more. Give us money. Well, gotta live it for me a little bit. It's the holiday cheer. Anyway, thank you, patrons.
Thank you.
Thank you, viewers. Alrighty. Yes, quite cold. I think I heard somewhere today that the cold temperatures are going to be so bad they're going to reach all the way to Cuba.
Jeez.
So yes, it's quite a cold season. A lot of people are saying, once in a generation cold temperatures, and I would tell you, gee, where have I heard that one before? In this generation, while I've been alive. At some point, you have to stop saying once in a generation and be like, well, this is our new normal. I recognize this map. Which is saying something, because it's been very, very many years since I've played Payday 2.
It's been a very long time since I played it, but I find out how quickly I get back into it.
Yeah. This is relevant to another game that was very cheap on the Steam sale we might discuss as well.
Yes.
But, yeah, so, I mean, we can start there. It is the Steam Winter Sale. It's in the thumbnail.
Yep.
And I haven't really gone ham. I know a lot of people are out there and racking up their bills. I double-checked my wish list. There wasn't anything on it already that's, like, at too crazy can't-miss discounts. I do think there is a lovely little 4X game, Legend of the Endless, that I might pick up. It's got some science fantasy stuff. Same people who make Endless Space and Dungeon of the Endless. Dungeon of the Endless also super cheap. It's their roguelike. So, y'all should know I like games with hexes. I'm a big hex guy. So I might go for a pickup there, but I got a lot of console games to catch up on.
Oh, shit.
But there were a few games that were, I mean, being on sale and being this old, there's a few games that are almost unmissably cheap. As we were saying several times on, I think that was Thursday. Shit, it was 99 cents.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I definitely, because, hey, chat, I own Payday 2 on Steam. I cannot run Payday 2 on Steam right now. I also can't
God
fit
damn it, I
Payday
fucked
2
up.
on my fucking computer right now. It's like 80 gigs. It's huge. I'm just waiting for the moment. Okay. Yep.
I messed up. I forgot my gun ain't fucking silenced.
Yeah. You just reset all your stuff off stream.
Yep. Yeah, I just picked up my latest infamy rank, so.
All right, well, now we do the old-fashioned way.
Yep.
Smoosh everything. But yeah, so I don't remember what I paid for Payday 2 on Steam, but I do own it. It's just not right now.
Yeah, you gotta get a slightly better computer.
And get some new space. Honestly, it really is like the amount of dedicated video RAM Payday 2 needs because it's fucking old is very minimal. It's just I don't have a standalone graphics card, so my computer is not really optimized for that kind of sharing. We'll get some graphical energy, and that'll get me some extra processing power. It's on my list of things to do, probably early in the upcoming year.
Like, honestly, I would definitely like us to play Payday 2 together. Because, again, like, I didn't really get a chance to, like, think about it. But, God, I actually do love... I don't have cable ties. Jesus. Sorry, I'm just... Listen,
it's
Loft sawed me in my fucking fucking sawed-off sniper rifle fucking dodge build, just mowing down everything with a fucking Mosin Nagant. And now I'm just reduced to this. I'm just like, I don't know how I feel anymore.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm at this point, no matter what, I'm kind of in the same place because I don't. Even though I own Payday 2, I'm sure I couldn't run it on my previous toaster of a computer, or the toaster before that. I think I've owned three machines since we've been doing like Let's Plays and podcasts and stuff. So none of those could run it either. But I played a decent amount. I talked about this off mic. I think it was on PS3. Which is why when I downloaded the PS4 version, which is free if you have PS Plus, I believe it's on the extra tier. I downloaded that last night just to check, and it's like nothing.
Ooh.
I'm like, well, okay.
I'm sorry.
I didn't go super far. Anyway, but that was because I played it way back in the day before they had the new skill systems and stuff in place.
Oh man, I played it I started playing in. Wait, where's the van? Where's the van? Oh, it's just a police assault. Fuck. Okay, never mind.
I have absolutely no idea which music is playing, but I hope it's Razormind.
Bitch.
Payday 2, an iconic soundtrack.
Oh, it's very good. Okay, here we go. Let's roll.
I think I still have a couple of those tracks, rolling around on my computer somewhere.
God!
Yeah, I remember when I was playing the game when the most bullshit thing you could do was rank yourself up enough to get the saw. That was like the only super cool high-end internet thing you could do was just buzzsaw. Oh, you need lockpicks? No, you don't. Doors. Fuck them. Cops. Fuck them with saws. But now there's a lot of crazy shit you can do.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's an old school game, and it's definitely one of those things. I'm certainly not opposed to it because, as you know, I like to steal all my content from people who are way better than we are. Russian Badger has a fuck ton of Payday videos that are all very fun.
That's the wrong button. I'm gonna kill all the civilians. I'm sorry. I meant to use my melee to
He's
steal.
relearning. Grenade.
I am horrible.
Can't be any worse than some of us. But yeah, so that would be a fun time, and I've been thinking about it. Badger did just post his best of 2022 video, so there's a lot of fun stuff in there. Reminds me also of my desire to run through all the Halo games with you as well, which I'm sure will be a terrifyingly amusing time.
I hope so.
But I need just a little bit more juice than that. If only so that, because I have the Master Chief Collection and I can play some of the games, it's just that with my current lack of a distinct video card, Halo 4 is a little too much juice to run cutscenes and stuff. And I assume that means that I probably won't be able to run the fucking high-def cutscenes from, like, Halo 2 Anniversary. And I would definitely want to show those off because those were done by Blur, who you may recall from quite a few of all the coolest and grossest shorts on Love, Death, and Robots. Blur Studio.
Hang
And
on
then
one
I just-
second. I'm
I
getting
he-
it so
I
I
know
can
this
see
music
chat
in my
while
head.
I'm
I just
still
hear it.
playing. There we go.
Yeah, I know that music's very iconic. But yeah, so it's a fun time. Oh, I know what the ladies like. God, it's just.
Just look at all the
Halo.
things unlocking.
Yeah, you gained 1 level. Hey, you got the spoon. Speaking of Russian Badger. All kinds of nonsense. Fucking shovels.
Oh, I got there's my lightweight ballistic vest. Okay. But I need to escape.
Double magnum revolvers. Oh, you can do the thing where you can slap people with money.
Yeah.
You've unlocked the money slapping.
All right, get my concussion grenade. Can I swap out my... Yes, to my lightweight ballistic. Where is my...
But yeah, so that'll be something. And I haven't gotten a lot of pull on this, but you know, I'm open chat at home. Feel free to drop in the comments like if you know a good site or manufacturer who does computers for hopefully not a whole heck of a lot of money.
Mhm.
But, you know, for gaming stuff, I do occasionally get those ads. And I did shop around on Black Friday, but I didn't find any like really great deals. A lot of them were still even discounted like, "Hey, so here's you get your fancy, see-through desktop tower with all your extras. You still got to shell out like an extra $150-$200 for the graphics card on top of this." And I'm like, okay, that seems like the normal price of a computer anyway. Like we don't do a lot of like real life camera stuff. I don't need the tower to look pretty. I just would like it to have some extra juice so I can render videos faster and play more video games. Definitely just need some more RAM as well. I don't even remember how much fucking RAM I have in this computer. I gotta dig up the fucking specs that it came with when I ordered it.
Get
like 3
down,
years
because I
ago.
don't want to fucking shoot you.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a gaming PC, but just like I need a PC that has a graphics card and has a decent amount of RAM. I'm hopeful that because of the way stuff have been evening out, it won't cost me too much. And I've got some stuff saved up. I know that it's a very big, very necessary expense. So
Yes.
it's something we got to do, but it's just trying to work out the most optimal way to do it that doesn't make me, feel like I'm gonna have an anxiety attack pushing the button on the shopping cart.
Mhm.
But we'll figure it out, Like I said, it's something I've been talking about for quite a while now, and it's definitely like I know it's in the list there. But speaking of games that I can 100% run, there was another game that was 99 cents that we did as a group pick up and install and play briefly as well. As Lucky continues to doot people down the street.
Listen,
Which
this is one of the
was-
few FPS games I'm actually pretty decent at. Like, speaking of, 99-cent games. Oh, wait, I don't know why I threw a bag to a cop. Like, catch!
That feels like just the way Payday 2 is now. That feels like that should be a perk.
Just throw
Like,
it to a cop.
Throw it at a cop and he just fucking gets flattened. Blah! Oh,
Do you have a bag?
I
You
mean,
don't
if I
have a
gotta
bag.
go physical, I can go physical, but I don't fucking know where anything is. We've lived here about a year, but I haven't had much call to go out. I know we don't got one in our like immediately closest shopping center, so I don't fucking know. Like I said, I guess if I gotta go out to the store physically to get the deals, I will, but that's gonna be a trick and a half. Anyway, what were we talking about? Left 4 Dead 2.
Yes.
We'll stop beating around the bush. It was Left 4 Dead 2. It was 99 cents. Some of us did not actually have it on the Steam. And fired that one up. That was also a Badger video that was this year. That did inspire me to remember to install some mods. Many very funny mods for Left 4 Dead 2.
Yes.
You can swap infected, special infected. You can do all kinds of different skins for all the survivors. Lots and lots of different cool weapon skins. Some of which with some very robust animations. I immediately found Johnny Silverhand's Maloran pistol, which included the animations in Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh yeah, the
including
special.
the shove became his quick melee, the special one.
All right.
So yeah, that was just like phenomenal. Very little, pomp and circumstance on that. Just very easy to grab up and be like, yeah, that was pretty cool. And then unfortunately we had to play Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah.
Now, guys, go for it.
I had Left 4 Dead. I've had it forever. I looked at my playtime. It was 2 hours. I was like, when was only 2 hours? I played another 2 hours. I'm like, now I know.
Yeah. So chat. I don't want to lie to you. And listen, I understand. I played a lot of it in the before time. I'm pretty sure it was so long ago that my broke-ass pirated it, but I played it somehow. I'm pretty sure I did all the default campaigns back in the day with AIs.
There you go, got it.
Because I didn't have any friends, and that's how old Left 4 Dead 2 is. But the thing you got to remember is right now, Left 4 Dead 2 is an old-ass game. And it's very interesting to play. I won't say we didn't have a fun time, just because it has that chaotic four friends energy we had going on. We had a full room because it was very cheap and very easy to get people on. And I'm not sure I'm done playing it. If Lucky won't reinstall the game, Loth and I can try and bully Axe into spending 99 cents. We'll get him as the fourth.
I mean, I'll play it with you guys, but I don't think I'll play it on my own ever. Like Payday 2, I can play by myself, and I'm okay with that.
Yes, no, I totally understand that. I would also now probably not want to re-go through the campaign with just AI on my own. But it's a trip. It's so weird, all the shit that I just from playing console shooters back in the day, but also like nowadays playing shooters just take for granted. It's like there's no ADS. You have to choose between a melee option and your backup guns, which is so weird when I think about it. Like it's such a weird play style thing. I mean, I guess both are technically unlimited ammo, right? But it still feels really weird because there are some special infected you really don't want to melee. And then just like, oh, you say that, Axe, buddy. Now I need you to buy Left 4 Dead 2. We run you through this shit. It's a lot tougher than I remember. We had special infected crawling out of everywhere at us, like so many goddamn chargers. What was it? Oh, there was at some point we had like Loth was our leader. Speaking of recovering your old skills, Loth has the deep memory, the fucking subliminal programming for Left 4 Dead 2 he reawakened during those couple of hours. But there was at one point he got like 13 special infected kills. I think I was at like 8 or 9 and you were like 1 below me. And then there was like Marth was still at like 6 and he was literally playing Left 4 Dead 2 for like the first time ever, I think. And it was crazy. I also feel like it's really interesting to see how like design philosophy is different. Again, not just in, like I said, how the controls are kind of different, and kind of like almost unsophisticated. Like there's an alert for turn to face enemies behind you. I don't think there's a quick turn button. I think it's just a tip it gives you to let you know there's a guy eating your ass, which there always is, because the zombies are faster than your walk speed and you can't sprint. It's another thing. There's no sprinting. Very weird. But, like, I remember we had a hell of a time on Dead Center, y'all. Literally the first campaign of Left 4 Dead 2, we got clapped pretty hard a couple of times, because that last bit on normal is pretty intense. You need a lot of gasoline, and the way that the mall is laid out, it's designed to be an obstacle for... excuse me. A little burpy. Had some soda with dinner. It's designed to be an obstacle for players. It is not an obstacle for zombies, because the zombies don't give a fuck about anything. Gravity, fuck you. Barriers, nah, fam. And it's again really interesting because, for instance, we put a lot of hours into Project Zomboid recently. Would have probably started a new server if I hadn't said that I didn't really feel like playing it Thursday. And I didn't. I was doing some other stuff, and I was like, I don't really feel like that right now. But like, in that case, obviously in both games, getting surrounded is bad. You get in the fuck box and you die. But in Zomboid, usually what you do that's the smart thing is you have the ability to, like, create narrow areas and kill boxes and, like, yes, zombies can climb over things, but they don't always. Usually they're just kind of really dumb and go to wherever the noise is. Regular infected and Left 4 Dead 2 are like the heat-seeking predator missile of zombies. They'll lock onto your ass and they will chase you down. Now they'll still do dumb stuff like ignore other people. There were so many times when I don't know why, but they were just like 3 or 4 infected would jump over a fence and like sprint past me to go slap Lucky
Mm-hmm.
or run down Loth, and I don't know how they like trigger that focus. But like I said, they're fucking fast, and I know you talked about this a lot. They seem to have a magical ability to spawn from literally anywhere, and they never get in their own way. If there's a zombie like occupying the single space in front of you to slap you, the zombie will like just buttery smooth scooch right in next to him right into that spot. Like there's a fucking funnel to put them in all the spots around you. And it could get pretty bad. We got bullied a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, chat. We got a little bullied.
Oh yeah.
So, like I said, it was a fun time, but it's just really interesting to play old school games like that. This also kind of is what put me on that response of like, man, I really do need to make sure to get a computer that can run old Halo games because we'll probably kind of have that experience with Halo.
Mm-hmm.
Because the
Oh,
original
shit,
Halo
Ranger,
games are
dude.
defining for the
My bad.
they're defining for the Xbox PS2 era of games, but that means they're old. You can't even.
You
can't
called the
even
cops. Why
sprint.
didn't you call the cops?
Who called the cops? Who's done it? That guy. What the fuck? Well, I guess he's wearing a fucking hoodie. Why is some low-rent bouncer hiding in the kitchen calling the fucking
Oop.
cops? How did he call the cops?
I don't know. Okay. So I gotta
Welcome to the confusion of Payday 2. This is literally where I stole the joke about the elemental plane of cops, and it has stuck with our group ever since.
grab some hostages. Wait. Stop that.
I also no, actually, to answer your question, it's not like we were. While we did have some, like I said, this was literally Mart's first time playing it, so we had some
Oh, hi, guys.
instances with how the witch works that we had to explain. Don't walk into her. Don't jump on cars as well with car alarms. Turn your flashlights off. But in general, when you're doing like finales and stuff, there's not really a avoid the difficult spawns per se. I mean, you can. We did eventually try and do the just collect the gas and not put it all in right away trick, but even then, they're still just coming.
Mm-hmm.
Just rolling. God knows I can't play Darktide. Also, I can't even run fucking Payday. Think I can play Darktide? I'm just gonna try and crown a witch because I had a shotgun, but Loth was like, no, I have low HP. Let me just startle her and get bullied. It worked out, I guess. Like I said, it's an amusing time. It's just a little weird. I don't know if I'd ever want to like show it, chat.
Nah,
And
I'm
also we
not.
have
I'm not.
our
I'm not
fucking-
at my finest playing Left 4 Dead.
No, and it's our. We've got all of us have different sets of mods and demented stuff. I would be.
Look at these guys just coming over this fucking fence.
Yep, well, that's cops in Payday. That's how this works.
Whoop 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 whoop. I got the gas.
But do you have a thermal drill?
Not this map.
I remember the drills. God, they suck so bad.
Hi. I don't need a key. I got C4, baby.
Quality. God, you got the C4 pretty fast too.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where they just made it available for everybody. I
Yeah,
think.
that used to be a special thing.
Yeah, I know.
Getting enough C4s.
Yo! Oh, okay.
Ding dong.
Now we got a drill. Oh, this is a 5-minute drill. We're going to be here a minute. Yoink.
Just steal all the loose cash off his desk.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. Left 4 Dead 2 would probably do best in like a highlight style thing, but even then, I don't. It would probably end up pretty short of just us saying funny stuff and then just being like, ah!
Pretty much.
Help, I'm being devoured. I'm being charged right now.
I do think my personal highlight is we're doing Dead Center. We're up in the hotel, and a fucking charger just comes out of me, caps me, and we just both go out the fucking window together.
Yeah, you had one of the windows behind you, and it just blasted you out. I don't know what Lot's perspective was like, but me and Marth were like lagging behind because there was some fire or acid or something that got in our way, you know. And so on the screen, I just see your highlight, you know, turn yellow because you're technically being in-capped, and just whee! And then somehow you ended up on the closet on the same floor. Don't ask us how that worked.
We don't ask questions.
Yeah. So, like, there were funny moments. We had fun, but it was definitely, like, literally Lucky uninstalled it when we were done. He was like, I'm uninstalling this game. I'm like, okay.
Rage.
Yeah, I mean, we got, it was the pass. Yeah, the passing is the second one in the list. And we once again, got bodied in the finale. I think we have to stay together. The buddy system kind of works, but I think we have to stay together as all 4 all the time sometimes. I know you were telling a guy to, like, stop and get down, but you putting your hand out just then was, like... Looked like you were, like, just touching glass. Touch glass, everybody. But yeah, so we had a fun experience there. Like I said, I don't think there's anything else really crazy that I'm going to pick up on Steam sale.
Ah! Snipes! Oh, Loft is up. Yeah, the reason, like, I decided to get back into Payday 2 is because Loft said he was going to install it. And that, you know, rekindled an old flame that I thought had burnt out.
Oh, yeah, it's that classic move, right?
Yeah.
Somebody brings up a game and you're like, oh, I got to get back into that. I didn't want to bring it up, but I was definitely looking at my Steam library and updates, and I was like, I just got Civ 6 installed.
Oh, no, trust me. I was thinking about it, too, when we were trying to figure out what game we wanted to play. I was like, we could do some Civ 6, but that's gonna be a thing.
As usual. And I had to double check, but I'm pretty sure because I have, like, the Frontier Season Pass, I'm getting all the updates they're still doing, so yeah. I do need to probably look at that game again.
Hi, guys!
Because I double checked, and whatchamacallit, Steam was like, no, everything's in your library. I'm like, sick. Bitchin'. There's probably a couple of Surviving Mars DLCs on sale I could pick up still. I haven't finished I should go back to my Green Mars run.
Yeah, technically
I didn't turn Mars green yet.
Yeah, technically I can say I bought Payday 2 stuff because I bought their Legacy collection. I only had like half the mods. I mean, not half the DLC. Because talk about a game that's constantly coming out with DLC. Payday 2 is nuts.
Yeah, well, and I think that's kind of how the devs like keep themselves alive and keep the game alive. Is they're like, okay, well, we'll keep doing stuff. You know, we'll release things. I think that was even brought up in one of Badger's videos. He was like, or at least one of his friends was talking about how at some point the devs said, all right, we're gonna stop producing. We're gonna sunset paid DLC, and then like a couple months later, they were like, we are reactivating paid DLC. You guys have stopped spending money. We realize we need that.
I mean,
and I don't really
it's like I don't think any
of
the DLCs are actually like crazy ass expensive or, you know, lacking. It's usually just like maybe a new mission, maybe like some new guns, a new character.
Yeah. It's the kind of stuff that you can continue to dole out, you know, year after year, month after month.
And like I said, like if you wait for a fucking Steam sale, they literally have full packets that I got like, I don't know, like 16 DLC for $12 or something.
Yep. That's usually what I do on a Steam sale is I look for a game that has like a fuck ton of DLC and I just get the whole thing. Like that's what I am gonna do if I end up doing it for Legend of the End for Endless Legend. Is the base game is like $12 on sale, but if you get all the DLC, it's only like $26, and I'm like, yeah, just give me everything, give me all the shit,
give it all to me, give it all to me.
You know, just stack it all up. I'm kind of glad to not go crazy on this Steam sale because I still got a whole shitload of games from like summer I never got into. I bought City Skylines and like half a dozen DLC in a package. Definitely not all the DLC for that game. I still haven't actually played it.
Woo!
Been busy with stuff and things.
Catch. Okay, you didn't catch.
Good cash in that vault today.
Money. Oh, the gas must be done burning.
I had to take off my jingly hat. It's getting a little tight on my head. I told you I need a haircut, but not today.
Not today.
And yeah, Sloth is in the future, so Merry Crimbo, everybody. From him. And it's still Christmas Eve, yeah, for now. But, yeah, so, let's see. I mean, other games I've been playing, as Lucky continues to steal things.
I like stealing
And shoot
things.
guys. God, that shield guy was very dumb. He was looking out the wrong door for a second. And now he's on fire.
Yeah.
But I have still been banging away at Crisis Core Reunion. It's an interesting experience. I think it gives me a lot of the same. The gameplay's not exactly the same as 7 Remake. It gives me a lot of the same frustrations in places. If I had to say, I think it's one of those games that for me, how's the best way to put this? How did I think of this earlier? It feels like Crisis Core Reunion is trying or has too much focus on being an RPG and also being an action game at the same time. It feels like both of those ends of the action RPG scale matter a lot, and that can be kind of frustrating. Because on the one hand, RPG type stuff, you know, if you're not, you know, adjusting your builds for the right stats, right, I am far enough in the game and you know, certain missions are available where it's very easy for perfectly normal random mobs to just obliterate you, and there's not really that much you can do about it. The only thing I found that works is to just get more HP. Luckily, that's pretty easy. I have a plus HP materia that's like 200% HP gain, I think. So, like, I can hit the HP cap very easily. The question is doing that and also having enough offensive abilities to actually do anything in a timely manner. Right? So, like, there's lots of that stuff going back and forth. I think I've mentioned this both on and off mic at some other points. The game kind of does a thing sometimes where it just, to make versions of enemies harder, it just does that same enemy, but takes away their elemental weakness. And it's like, okay, that means that there's no way to do extra damage to them. And well, guess what? I need that enemy to not kill me. So I didn't equip all my stuff that makes my offense better. You know, you've only got so many slots. It's much more focused on being streamlined than, say, Remake was. You've got very limited, you know, number of materia slots, number of equipment slots. Can't really fuck with your weapon slots at all. You've got normal soldier band sword, and then, you know, I feel like it's like halfway or 2/3 of the way through the game you get the Buster Sword. It's a while there. But on the converse, like I said, I also feel like the action stuff matters a lot because, once again, this is... I assume it was similar back on the PSP, but this game now on PS4 and PS5, hey, guess what? They've got really good and tight hitboxes, you know? Our enemies fast, they get out of the way, they'll just fucking dodge your spells, you know? You need to learn to dodge and guard in a timely manner, and you got to be careful because, you know, if you're winding up for an attack or a special attack, you know, you might miss or get interrupted or fuck up a dodge that you really need to do and die. And mostly for me, it's just in the missions. I'm kind of trying to be a little thorough with this because I know that there's loads and loads and loads of bonus content in Crisis Core. Tons of optional shit. Some of which they have made technically harder in the Reunion version. Lucky you play the original game. You probably at least remember the bonus boss Minerva. She was on record as having one of the highest HPs of any boss in a Final Fantasy game. Hey, for Reunion, they made that worse.
Oh, God, why?
I think she has 77 million HP? It's a lot. It's a lot of HP.
That's a lot of HP.
Really up there. Yeah, so, like, they're not easy moding this game. Even though they have significantly improved the combat, there were a couple of features that even I didn't realize. I talked about this a little on Wednesday when talking about, like, interruption mechanics. So yeah, it's a lot. 77 million and lots of more sevens. in the original, I'm sure Lucky does remember this. Bosses have their little cutscene attacks. In the original, they just do those, and you die. I assume you probably die a lot because there's nothing you can do about the attacks. Most of them suck. So in Reunion, they give enemies a little ability bar. If you can damage the bar, you can reduce the strength of the attack, and also if you get them down to 0%, they just don't do their ultimate attack. And also, it gives you plenty of time to like cast buffs on yourself and stuff. So that's cool. The main thing I've noticed is just I feel like this mechanic is still like woefully unbalanced, because I feel like wherever I'm at with missions or with story or whatever, if I'm doing low level missions or even a lot of the story content, it's just no crisis at all. The enemy goes to the attack, I hit him twice with basic attacks, 0%, the ability's canceled because I'm been grinding at extra missions. I do a mission that I'm struggling with, guy goes to do it, can barely get him down to 75%, I get my ass beat. So it's like, okay, I appreciate you added this. I feel like there's too many stages because you either always do it or you never do it. But I don't really, when you make a new mechanic like that, I don't know how long they've had to balance it out. What you got? You got something funny going on.
No, just read the red text here. I'll read it for you in case other people can. Complete Breaking Feds the Breaking Feds heist or the Bullock's Mansion heist on the Mayhem difficulty or above in stealth, and everyone on your crew is dressed in Christmas outfits and masks without using any pagers because no one has ever seen Santa. Just like,
nice.
That is nice.
That is very funny.
Okay, let's see here.
But yeah, so like I said, they improved a lot of stuff. Materia's all in shortcuts now, so you don't need to go through like a normal command menu for it. It's a lot more responsive. You can just tap the basic attack button to basic attack. They actually, when you do get the Buster Sword, they kind of leaned into Cloud's stance system from Remake. You can switch stances and get heavy attacks as Zack now, which are hard to interrupt. Unfortunately, you don't get the, crazy parry and riposte shit that Cloud has in Remake, so it's not as cool. It's mostly just slow, but, it works sometimes when you got to beat up a guy who's tough. So I feel like I'm constantly struggling with the optional content versus main content, because I was doing some missions, and I'm like, okay, I think I caught up on my side jobs and stuff. I've unlocked some missions. The game's like, oh, well, you got a point of no return. I'm like, it can't be that bad. And then it's like, Nibelheim. I'm like, fuck, it is that bad. God damn it. So I'm trying to go back and clean up some more. I think I got all the stuff in Midgar I needed to do. I did not go back to... Actually, it's because I don't think I had a full set. I didn't go back to Aerith and build a better cart. I do know that Reunion version has a New Game Plus, and I may end up doing that just to solve a lot of my issues of, like, grinding out stuff. Because it really... Like I talked about last week, the game is fun. Fundamentally, I think they've got good mechanics. It's got a good balance and stuff. The only thing that really kills me is how, Materia Fusion, really cool. Kind of wish I could do that in a Remake to get, more weird and exotic materia. I understand why, though, because Remake feels very balanced around only giving you certain amounts of really, really broken materia. But actually getting to fuse materia in a meaningful way is really weird, because you mostly need mastered materia to do anything cool, which means you obviously got to put it in your slots and carry it with you, and you have to get lucky, because there's no way to force a level up of materia. You have to either get the Moogle Limit Break, who levels all your materia, love that guy, or just get lucky in the slots. It's not quite the same as leveling up Zack, because EXP does exist in Crisis Core, it's just a hidden stat, so you do actually get more likely to hit 777s and level up the more guys you beat up. But it's just hidden from you. But materia, as far as I know, is completely random. And again, that kind of it makes it hard to grind out, because if you do low-level fights, you just beat the fights and you don't get any slot rolls at all.
Friends only, that's what it is.
There you go, friends only. Setting your sentence. Getting your goo.
Well, I know Loth is logging in. I won't be able to yell at him, but...
Well, I mean, you can kind of yell at him. You can yell at him through time. I don't know if he's actually going to be able to watch along the stream and play, but, yelling can technically occur. Hypothetically, he can see this. But yeah, so, like I said, I'm having a fun time. It just feels... Again, they didn't change the gameplay that much. All the story structure is the same. It still really does feel like a portable game, and it's very interesting about that, to kind of see how it all goes.
Oh no, Loth is higher level than me. No!
Yeah, now he is.
Oh, it looks like Loth was maybe playing a bit more after me. I
bet
don't
he
think he was
was.
40. I think he was like 20 something when I left him. Eh.
The duality of man. Look, he's like, I felt so weird and powerful earlier because Loth was so low level. I reset myself. Oh no, Loth's bigger than me.
No.
Why did I reset myself?
Well, no, it was a very stark difference. Like what's the word? I don't want to say it's conceited, but you know that feeling of when you know the day before Loth is completely schooling me on Left 4 Dead, and then we go to Payday 2, and I become the gun god. I'm just like ha 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 ha, and now no more. I'm just like God damn it.
Yeah, we just start playing the Doom soundtrack. We zoom in, give you the red eye filter. As you're fucking dual wielding Obrez Mosin Nagants. How does he reload those? I don't know.
Oh, I miss my Mosin. I have to get to 54 for that.
Ah, well, you'll get there.
I'll get there, but I'm
Wait,
like
you're 13? 12?
something like that.
I'm looking in the tiny preview window. It's hard to read numbers sometimes. If it's a 1 and then one of those digits.
All right, let's see here. Pre-planning.
But yeah, so Crazy Core Reunion has a new game plus, so hopefully I'll be able to catch up on stuff. And it is, in fact, almost Christmas, so I can plan to move on to Judgment soon. Just to give myself a switch up. I don't want to go fucking crazy playing Final Fantasy. And it, like I said, it does kind of remind me of some of my gameplay issues with Remake that we talked about, where on the one hand, it's a beautiful action game, lots of flowy stuff, but like, man, are there a fuck tons of the RPG ass status effects and shit, which Crisis Core Reunion still has. I still like feel forced to wear certain material combinations or accessories because
I don't got it
I
yet, son of a bitch. Okay.
really don't want to get hit with stun or stop because that means I can't fucking play the game because it's real time. It's very annoying sometimes. I'm very interested to see how Rebirth, when it comes out, will kind of evolve the gameplay balance, if at all, or if they'll kind of stick to what they established in Remake. If you want to ask me like questions about like plots and stuff, I'm perfectly okay generally with Crisis Core. Like, obviously, everybody should know most of the. I mean, okay, back in the day with the compilation, it kind of felt like the writers, the universe, did not treat Genesis like a dork. And I know that annoyed a lot of people, and is probably why ultimately we never did get that Dirge of Cerberus sequel, even though there's a post-credit scene where it feels like Genesis and fucking Vice or Nero are gonna hang out, and it's all the dorkiest ass tryhard characters you don't care about getting together. It never materialized. We didn't go anywhere. Some of that is probably due to legal troubles with Gact, who was used as the model for Genesis, but also probably has to just do with the fact that Genesis is a huge nerd.
Nerd.
Constantly quoting this weird poetry at you. And I mean, I totally understand why he's popular with the ladies and has his fan club, even though he quotes bad poetry. I've met those people. I know how this works. I at least appreciate, though, that in story, a lot of the characters like treat Genesis like a nerd. Like, eventually, at a certain point, Zack, the protagonist, who really can kind of do no wrong, he really is the true blue hero of Soldier, just like his dreams, is like, oh my god, he's like, shut up, quiet you, like that I appreciate. So I don't really necessarily mind Genesis as a character overall. Apparently some people don't like Angeal. I like him. He's good. He's talking about his honor and stuff. He's kind of a dork too, but in like a good way.
Loth, I haven't seen the security room, so I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Like, there's the vault. There's security. Here's ammo hidden in the fucking photocopier machine. How they didn't find this before? I don't know. Apparently they didn't have to fucking copy shit today. Oh, there's security. It's over here. Son of a bitch. Right under a camera!
No toner.
And unfortunately, since I don't have my special abilities, I wasn't able to get us a key card so we can just get in there. We might have to do this one loud, Loth. I hate to say.
Ah, yes. The bane of every Payday 2 player. All right, cool. We're going to be tactical. We're going to break in. We're going to steal fuck. All right, well, let's go loud. mask
No,
on,
like I'm
everybody
just
on the
looking
floor.
at like with the camera right there and the security guards. It's gonna be a bit of a pain.
Everybody walk the dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with Crisis Core, I kind of feel it's weird, but I kind of feel bad for Zach's new voice actor.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people don't necessarily like his performance over the person who played Zach previously in Crisis Core. I don't have any familiarity with that version, so I can't really comment on the difference between the two. But yeah, people don't seem to like this new performance as much, and unfortunately, I don't want to say anything about his Crisis Core performance in Reunion against him because the script for Crisis Core is very stilted, and it really is dramatic, and it's not like his fault in the takes because guys, this shit ain't mocapped, so everybody reacts really like over the top and exaggerated and stilted too. You know, like all the animations are like lots of clutching the air, thumping chests and stuff, waving hands, lots of talking with our hands in Crisis Core. So like I don't think that some of the dialogue is really great, but I understand why it is the way it is. It feels like it's designed to be that way, and that's just how they decided to write it. And they're not. The point of Reunion is not to be a retcon, as it were. Like it is arguably a little bit more of a remake than I first thought, with them like overhauling combat quite so much. But fundamentally, the game is supposed to be the same. I haven't seen any like double secret character cameos from like
is that the manager?
remake stuff.
That's the manager. Hang on. Can we get this nerd?
Steal his shit. I mean, more so than you already steal shit.
Come on. I think this is the manager.
Sorry about that. I had to blow my nose real quick. Yeah, and I could totally see that as being part of the like directorial process or scripting. I do kind of feel like they didn't really give me any extra energy, and I do believe some of the remake cast talked about some of their direction in English. The funny thing about our great big globalized world is that back in the day, like localization scripts and dubs and stuff used to be handled a lot by the people overseas. This is a thing that's come before. The original Metal Gear Solid English dub is the way it is because there was basically no extra oversight from Konami in that regards, or Konami Japan. So like they were stuck with the Metal Gear Solid script, and it's not like you could just, real-time live chat with Hideo Kojima about what the fuck he meant by this, this script. So they kind of had to do their best to make it feel. And it really works because they tried to be authentic. I believe I've read in interviews with like the script writers and some of the actors like David Hayter that like they got a lot of like Tom Clancy novels and like skimmed them for jargon and stuff. So the Metal Gear Solid script feels really on point, but I know that, for instance, Hideo Kojima is not very fond of the original Metal Gear Solid script because he didn't really have any input in it, right? And I can't really blame him for not liking it because he's Hideo Kojima. Of course he wants input in it. I still think that the original Metal Gear Solid script and dub is great. It's very iconic, but again, as an artist, I understand why he might not like it. So like nowadays, you don't really get to do that anymore. Like even if you're doing shit in English for a Japanese company, some of the Japanese executives will be there to give you the sauce. No, well, that guy's just dead. Rip him.
Well, I had to take him out so I can fucking
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so like
okay.
The go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Loth, get ready to shout down everybody. I'm gonna rush into the teller room and trying to get them so they don't get the fucking alarm. Waiting for Loth. Looks like Loth is almost in position. All right, go.
Just nod twice to give you the signal. But yeah, so like the Crisis Core script is a little stilted. It is a little goofy. I still like it a lot because it shows us a lot of different angles on characters. I talked about this last week. I love the comparison of Crisis Core's delivery of Sephiroth versus where he is in Remake. And shout out to Sephiroth's newest voice actor. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, Loth, grab the guy outside and bring him in.
So there's a lot going on there. I mean, I will say there's still some fucking nonsense. My boy Cloud is supposed to be 14, I think, in Crisis Core. It's not how that works, anime people.
Child soldiers.
Cloud, I mean, I can understand Shinra hiring a 14-year-old, but Cloud is only like maybe a head shorter than Zack tops. And he looks exactly like he does in Remake. He's just not a cool boy yet.
Mm-hmm.
For reasons I won't specify again for, people who are only experiencing things through Remake. But like it's weird. It's weird to see some of this stuff. And stuff. I think it'll be all right. There's a lot of fun to be had. There's a lot of interesting things. And I think this game being re-released is important for them to kind of, by using all the same actors and a lot of the same models and assets, to kind of put it out there to remind people that Crisis Core has not necessarily been decanonized per se by Remake. It's still, a version of the events of stuff that happened before the game. It's still a prequel. But maybe some of them results are not going to be out there because, hey, if you guys haven't beat Remake again, cover your ears for like 5 minutes. But I think it's very important to do this coverage and put it back in everybody's mind because it's very clear from one of the 3 post-credit scenes in the intermission DLC. One of them is Yuffie on a chocobo to go, find the guys. The other is the gang. The internet, you may have seen some of those image caps of Tifa teaching Aerith how to hitchhike.
Yes, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, that's them hitchhiking a ride to Calm with the chocobo guy in his original fucking Chocobill-ass costume with his big beard.
Chocobill.
Great. Yeah. The third scene is motherfucking Zack goes to the church in the Sector 5 slums and is confused. So, like...
Oh, I didn't see that
Yes, no, they made it very clear in the DLC cutscenes that, like, no, Zack is in this reality now, and he's rolling around. So I think that's why Crisis Core is very important for them to put out again, to, like, catch people up a little on some context they may have missed. But, again, that I discovered that over the intervening last week, and I was like, wow, this puts both Crisis Core Reunion and also future shit for Rebirth into a whole different context here. That's very unusual. That's like one of the big things of like, I don't know what they're going to do with this going on. I wonder if that may mean that there may be even more things from Crisis Core that will come back. This should shock nobody, but I do in fact enjoy Cisne as a character. She's cool.
I was
like her.
gonna pick that up myself personally. Lost the silent drill, but like I said, I can't do it on my fucking build. I gotta get my dodge shit back.
Silent drill. So you favor the dodge build?
Yeah. It's the build I had before. It's so good. I can wear this fucking armor and I can just face down hordes of enemies and not take a single point of damage. It's pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah. If you guys don't know, again, there's several very eloquent Russian Badger videos on this point. He probably summarizes it funnier than we could. But...
Actually, Loth, you fix it. I think you might make it silent, which would just be nice.
The dodge spec is basically you fail to take damage. You get damage mitigation chances and stuff.
Mm.
Sorry.
Yep, it's silent now. Yeah, we don't have we have to keep yelling these two down in particular because we don't have any more zip ties. But we're doing actually very good. We were able to actually take out security, take out the tellers, because the tellers will be able to trigger alarm too if you don't get them quick enough.
Yeah, they have a little button.
So
yeah,
no,
it's
we're doing
good.
good.
I've been following. I noticed this is pretty. It's a pretty common compact. No cops called. Everything's fine. Got the 13 hostages doing well. Nobody freak out. We all get to go home. Is that your two AI guys just standing on the street corner?
Yeah,
outside?
no. As long as we haven't actually procced an alarm, they don't move.
Okay, nice. Just mind.
Honestly, if Loth wasn't here, I probably wouldn't be able to do this stealth just because there's so much shit that goes on.
Yeah. That's definitely a thing. Because obviously, like I said, back in the day, I didn't, know a lot of people who were playing on PS3 and whatever. So
Oh, do I still have?
I
one left?
never really
I
did
do.
it with extras. So
I had one left. $800? Man, this bank is fucking poor.
oof.
I have C4. I was gonna blow up the safe. I'm like, that's very loud. Someone would probably hear that.
In an urban area, yeah, probably. But yeah, so once again, I'm trying to get through Crisis Core to catch up on all this stuff, and it does make me feel very jazzed for Rebirth because this just gives me questions,
Buttons.
gives me thoughts, feelings. I want to know. I'm very curious how they might handle that later. Like, will there be playable cutaways? Will we just see cutaway scenes?
15 seconds on the drill, Loth.
Drill.
Honestly, I think fucking Payday 2 is the only game I can actually be tactical.
Well, they certainly give you a lot of options for it.
Mm.
Stealth's very fiddly, but it has the advantage that you don't get shot at. So if you can maintain stealth, it's very low risk.
All right, I'm gonna try key here. Perf. Money.
The United Bank of Money.
Money. Blech.
But yeah, so Chad, hopefully I'll be able to wrap up Crisis Core pretty soon. We're at Nibelheim, which is probably got to be pretty close to the end. For reasons. It does, I will say this, Crisis Core really does put a note in just like how much of a pain in the ass it is to work at Shinra. Because I feel like all the time people are threatening to quit, except for the people who are in all the tippy top positions. They love their job. Hojo loves his job. Everybody who has to work under Hojo fucking hates their job and is constantly like self-sabotaging Shinra in all the stupidest ways. There's like a side quest where you talk to a guy who's like, what we've done is horrible, we must atone, and then you go through the thing, kill some monsters and whatever, and gets back, and then Kunsel and some of your security buddies show up and are like, yeah, this scientist, he was working under Director Hojo, he released all those monster samples that have been terrorizing the site, and like Zack is like, oh my god, I don't care if we've done terrible things, why are we letting monsters loose? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Get a lot of that action.
Be cool.
Sorry if I'm pausing occasionally, frequently, chat. My beard is kind of itchy today, but it's one of those things where it's like, do I really want to go clean shaven right now? It's fucking cold. It's 33 degrees outside. It's like 60 degrees inside, baby.
Loth, are you picking safe deposit boxes?
Of course he is. He wants their money. He wants the moolah.
Well, it is gonna give extra cash, I guess. Well, you keep making sure. I'll get the bags out to the van. You keep making sure that guy stays down. And pick your boxes, I guess.
Yep, the classic bag shuffle.
Yep.
So somehow nobody's walking the streets and notices just.
Well, there is someone walking the street. They're just over there. Don't look at me.
True, but I feel like in real life sightlines, if you saw a dude like crouching, wearing a mask, just hucking duffel bags down the street like that, you'd notice a lot sooner than that guy seems to notice.
But would you actually do anything? Is the other question.
True. Do anything? I don't know about that. That really depends. But definitely feel like this is slightly more noticeable than the game portrays it sometimes. I'm sure there are plenty of, astonishing stories of real life, bank robberies that are just as nonsensical, though.
Mm-hmm.
Truth
Probably.
is sometimes stranger than fiction.
Oh, we only need one bag.
Well, you got a whole lot of bags. This is one thing I at least remember liking about Payday 2. Obviously, again, I played it a long time ago, so there was a fairly limited number of maps. They had all those years to go ham with the DLC and stuff, and just general updates. But they always randomize your objectives a little bit, so you're never quite sure exactly what you're getting. Sometimes it's like, hey, you need 1 bag of money. Other times it's like, hey, we want 6 bags of money.
I mean, that's the thing I've always liked about it. Even like with the building maps, like the security won't be in the same place, the cameras won't be necessarily in the same place. Some doors might be open, some might be closed. All right, all the bags secure, Loth. Whenever you're done,
get the fuck in the van. But it's always good when games can give you that little bit of replayability spice. And for a game like Payday 2 is very important. Because, you can't... If you're playing this game for several hours at a time a day, you can't be counting on them content updates all the time.
Oh, so. What gun are you rocking, Loth?
Well, I'm sure it does normally depend on the difficulty, but there's still quite a bit of swing.
Oh, you got the M1 Grand. Nice.
Ping. I'm sure I could look up a sound clip online, but I won't. I won't, blow your ears out, chat.
Alrighty, up to 17. Yeah, no, I noticed when I logged in and you log in and you're 40. I'm like, okay.
You do a little bit of work.
Colors.
Honestly, that's a decent amount of my notes for today. Oh, that reminds me. Shit, I gotta track that down. Hold on. I remember seeing a news story during the week about a possible PS Plus leak. Yes, there's a rumor for next month's PS Plus Essentials games.
Mm-hmm.
It is allegedly supposed to be Jedi Fallen Order, Fallout 76, and Axiom Verge 2. Which, honestly, for me, that's not really that impressive because 76 is already in extra tier and already played Fallen Order, but still good timing with Survivor coming out very soon if it happens to be true.
Mm-hmm.
No word on any other games. It's just, like I said, it's a thing I saw during the week, and that usually catches my eye.
Okay. I think I got a lot of my...
Scroll through some news articles and stuff for me, see if there's anything jumping out. I will say, while I have been
6 cents.
grindifying Lotto, Netflix was throwing out there's a new show called The Recruit. I watched all 8 episodes of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a freshly new recruited lawyer working for the CIA. So it's kind of like, espionage stuff. Reminds me a lot of the obfuscation and internal politics and OPSEC stuff we've handled with Delta Green whenever that returns. It's a good show. It's only 8 episodes. I will warn anybody working to get in it. It feels like they set up for the fact that they're planning on a second season. It ends on a little bit of a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of suck you into new stuff. So it's not the greatest, but it happens. Let's see. What other fun stuff was there this week? Well, we got a new letter for the producer for Final Fantasy XIV.
Yep, finally got the 6.3 trailer. It was nice. People are jonesing for it. It's going to be releasing January 10th. So only a few weeks away.
Yep. I saw the trailer. I was like, this looks neat. I have no idea what's happening. See, this is the beauty. I can't spoil myself on anything because I have absolutely no idea about shit that's several X packs in the future. But looking good. Fun scenes. Got stuff going on. I read some notes they got planned.
Mm-hmm.
And do some updates and stuff. Some new quests. Some other nonsense. Also, apparently, they're planning on an update with a new UI option for the translucent blue that is the Final Fantasy VII Remake style coloring. Kind of neat. It's called Clear Blue. It's fun to see these little updates. I said this on Let's Talk, but just in case people haven't caught up with that yet, would like to specify that there will be no Wednesday stream of Final Fantasy XIV this week. This Wednesday is my family's holiday get-together, so I will be occupied that day.
Okay.
And even if, at usual streaming type times, I'm not directly occupied, we will have the house full of guests, so probably not going to fly. We'll see if we can reschedule some other time in the week, or just, if life stuff has to go first.
Yeah.
We almost played a little bit off stream the other day, but Marth was around and doesn't really do MMOs, so we decided to try and find something we could get more people in on, and that was Left 4 Dead. Because Axe was in an airport and we could not play Barotrauma.
No.
He is the captain, which means he drives the boat. We didn't really want to leave robots to do that because we have literally no idea how that goes. If we do actually play some Barotrauma anytime soon, we should try and remember to at least test that.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see how bad it is, but I'm sure it will not be as optimal as having a real-life human captain. Yeah, I'm just scrolling through some news and stuff, and I'm not seeing anything super crazy. It's cold. There's a lot of cold stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, hold on. This might actually be relevant. Something about Castlevania Nocturne, the next Castlevania series. We got a date? We know anything about this?
I do know the creators mentioned that if there was enough interest, they would try to show something this Christmas or around this time. I remember them mentioning that, but I don't remember what exactly what it was.
Well, there is a tweet that has been made. When was this? This was today, so they say it's our first look at Maria Renard. I'll retweet it. So we got a little preview.
Ladder.
Let's see.
There's the vault.
Doesn't look like there's any hard and fast dates or anything. But yeah, they did drop us a little extra reveal. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan of the series. And a big fan of the games they're going to adapt. Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night. So.
Anything fun in here? No. Okay. Oh, wait. This is one of the managers right here, ain't it? It is. Fuck.
Wow, what a fucking dumb clickbaity headline. PlayStation Plus subscribers can play controversial game for free. Yeah, you can play Far Cry 5. It was kind of controversial, but that was a real nothing burger, y'all. Though this other one is funny. Anthem is on sale for less than $2.
Oh god, that's painful.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. But at least you can still buy it.
It exists.
Yeah.
All right, so we got one of them.
This list of Metacritic's worst games this year. Postal 4, Crossfire X. A lot of money went in that game. Babylon's Fall. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Don't look at me.
No idea what that is. Lego Brawls. That's interesting. Some Zoro game. The Last Oriku. Don't know what that is, but it's an Xbox game. Waylanders. Kamizawa Way of the Thief. Blade Runner Enhanced Edition. That's interesting. People like Blade Runner. Then again, it's on the Switch, so was a fucking point and click adventure game. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything too much lurking in my notes. So the only other big thing to talk about then probably, and we did say we might talk about it later, is Gensukai.
Yeah,
Tabletop stuff. We're going. We're doing things.
we are.
Latest episode is up. Turtle Stance. Just gonna leave the name like that. I think it's doing all right. Sometimes I swap the names around or swap the order to try and make them slightly more punchy, depending on whether or not people are clicking. I think I'm gonna leave this one Turtle Stance. Pretty sure it's doing all right. But yeah, so the players had a fun time. I don't know if we should say the characters had a fun time, but I think everybody really liked that session, and we got through a lot of stuff, which was good. And everybody's excited for the next one. We should probably be recording this week. We might have to work around some different scheduling stuff because it will technically be Christmas Day, but I don't. As far as we know, nobody has any evening plans. Dallas hasn't actually got back to us, but it's. He hasn't said anything early, so he's usually pretty good about knowing that he won't have anything going on, or he is good about knowing he will have something going on and saying.
All right, guys, we might have to try shouting down the room. So get into a place where you feel secure and mask up.
Get ready to party. But yeah, so overall, I won't spoil all of the fun little things we do, though. Turtle Stance is very funny once you understand the context.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I think it was a nice session. I talked about this previously. It's meant to be a lot of traveling. A lot of, randomized encounters, doing extra jobs. So you guys kind of threw yourself in all that pretty good.
All right.
Get some extra cats, get some extra stuff. Having a fun time.
All right, we're going to go when I say go, all right? So ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Everybody on the floor. This bank is Christmas themed.
It is.
All right, they're bringing the ruckus.
Wait, does this place have a security room? Oh, fuck these cameras.
Vault door. Did the van carrying your thermal drill just drive past you?
Yeah, it left. It leaves when made. Loft, do you have the drill perks? All right, we don't need 2 people setting up a fucking drill, y'all.
Cover your angles. Watch your corners.
I say Loth and David does it. All right, I see how David plays.
Yes, correct. But yeah, so you should go check out the Gensukai AP.
I don't give a fuck if you're a vet. I don't care if you're a vet at game either. I asked Loft to take care of it, and he was going to, and you did. And if you want to talk about a vet at game, I got fucking 4 more fucking infamy levels than you do, so you should probably not try and pull that fucking card on me.
Here's some blippos.
Anyway, we got 3 minutes left on drill.
See, with this big fucking door, I don't usually feel bad about the drill times. It's when the drill breaks all the time that's still... Where do we find this piece of shit, you know?
Mm-hmm. Broke ass piece of shit drill. Thank you, Jared Legendary Boss Hunter, for the membership gifts.
Yeah.
People snatching that shit up.
Yep. There you go. There's all 5. Nice. Enjoy your gifts, everybody.
Merry fucking Christmas.
And if you didn't get one, remember to type dodged in chat. I don't think we got enough people right now to start that joke, but...
What's the joke?
It's something I see like people usually on Twitch say if there's a round of gifted subs, if you didn't get one, type dodged in chat.
Dodged.
Yeah. But throughout this week, I was working on more Gensakai stuff. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I heard you you've had a couple writing sessions this week.
Yeah, I'm still chipping away. I've got I don't know. I don't like to Jawbax in too much, but he seemed bamboozled by the fact that I was doing content ahead of time. He's like, "We're not even going to get to the city." I'm like, "Yeah, but guess what? I need to have stuff for when you get there. That doesn't magically appear day of." So I'm working on the actual quests that will appear in Vanitas, the city you're going to.
Well, it's good to get ahead.
Yeah, and you probably will make it to the city there. So I do sometimes like to give you guys a preview of what we're doing next to set up through. So I'm through one of them. It took me a little bit because I did decide to do something we don't do very often and haven't done a lot in this session. Do some actual, dungeon crawl like type stuff, not like randomized hex crawls or anything. But I did find a little.
Drill.
I did find a little tool. I believe the website's called Dungeon Doodler. It's just like a free web tool to draw little dungeon shapes, and they got different filters for like different themes. And I downloaded that. I could show it to you guys after you clear it. I did not decide to do the complex thing and fuck around with like hidden information layers and stuff. So it's got all the notes and little images I stuck for monsters to remind me where stuff was.
Yep, I know.
But it came out okay as a good planning trick. So that's something I powered through. Once again, focusing on interesting encounters, trying to balance them. Some are stock stat lines. Some are more specialized stat lines and stuff. So trying to figure everything out because there's still a decent pull with like the different profiles. I've obviously made a lot of different levels of difficulty of NPCs for the GM document so far already, and we'll continue to do so.
10 seconds on drill.
Working away on all that stuff. So, you guys had an interesting encounter with some bandits.
I thought it was hilarious. They got completely fucking murked, but I enjoy making funny bandit noises.
Yeah. Well, and I think it worked too because there was a lot of the time with these random road encounters, there's a lot of split among the group of like, okay, how bad is it? How's this? It's like, is it perfectly harmless or is this a thing? And I feel like the party was pretty split on like, is it gonna be a thing here or is it not gonna be a thing here? It seems pretty open, pretty conventional. No, it was a thing. And like balance wise, even with like 3 groups of them, I mean, admittedly, some of it was just Dallas did roll really well in the start, but yeah, it's definitely like, oh, okay, that one didn't go as punchy as we hoped, but it worked out as just like a random thing on the road, and it was still a memorable encounter. And it's not like it was completely pointless. I know Dallas pocketed one of the short bows because he was like, "Ooh, I don't have a ranged attack. That's not magic." And that kind of back and forth. There's another encounter later. I don't want to spoil the details, but there was another random road encounter that had a similar situation of like some very obvious feeling bait, and the Pete crew being like, "Well, it's probably bait, but," and figuring all that out, and then that turning into kind of a nice encounter.
Loth, will you mind helping David with the lock picking? It's like we're not in the please assault right now, so it's me and the AI can probably handle it.
Just clicking heads.
Pretty much.
With that shieldy boy. But yeah, so it was overall pretty good. I think you guys have enjoyed the slightly randomized job list I had as well for like small quests to do for pocket change, because I know that some of the crew were pretty broke. So
Yeah.
I talked about this on mic. Wanted to throw out some extra cash opportunities for you guys, but also at any point you can just be like, nah, I don't feel like doing these anymore.
It's fine, David. You don't have to have the little solution to everything. It's supposed to be a team effort. That's why I sent Loth in.
You gotta have a buddy system. Cover your buddy.
I think that is a pet peeve of me. The more I think about it, I really hate it when one person thinks they have to have the solution to fucking everything, and they're just always the first to be like, I can help. I'm just like, I don't need you to help with fucking everything.
Yeah.
Like,
this is something that Axe run into a couple times because Axe really likes to be helpful.
Yeah.
He likes to feel like he's needed. And that's okay. I understand. But
Yeah.
also, like you said, that can get kind of annoying sometimes in any context when anybody is like, I can help with this all the time. It's like, no. We don't. You know, you should have something you're good at on your own as well as team synergy stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Why is
And
that
it's-
dude on fire?
it's good to hit these balances. I think we'll see some of that in the next session too, because again, why is that guy on fire? What the fuck? What happened to him?
I don't know. He was just burning.
Roll
Your
on,
spoon
roll on.
set him on fire, Loth?
Oh my god! Of course, he's got something to make the spoon inflambe, guys. The spoon of fire.
Flashbang out.
Spoon of fire. But I think with the way that, because I did randomly pick the job.
Golden spoon.
the-
Oh, did you actually grind that out?
Oh,
Okay.
he's got the special spoon. Okay. Nice. But yeah, again, speaking of that thing of liking to let you guys know what you're getting into, did randomly pick the next job you were gonna find, and you guys are pretty jazzed about that one because it involves a menagerie and some animals, which plays to some of your specific skills, and also wants.
Wants. Specifically my wants.
Yeah. And if anybody else in the crew wants anything, I don't know.
We'll see.
I did have to, because I shrunk the font, I did have to reformat the stat blocks for, vanilla
fine.
mounts and animal companions, because they were slightly misaligned, but they're there, and they're up to date. With, perfectly normal prices. So people can check on all that stuff. That'll be good. And there's more fun lurking. Still got a lot of stuff left in the tank there on both that and the random chart. I am glad that you guys did clear out my the one I said was the highest on my chart, because that was kind of fun and intricate.
Mhm.
And plot-wise, it played up to some stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so working a lot on setting up, a handful of core quests, building a lot of plot hooks for stuff. I'm a big fan of foil characters or parallel characters, so I expect to run into a thematically appropriate adventuring group in the next
Thematically
town
appropriate.
to work on. Yeah, just like, hey, these guys, they have themes and stuff that bounce off our themes. I'm a big fan of those kinds of synergies and symbolisms and fun stuff. So you'll see some parallel characters in there that give me a wealth of NPCs to work into plot hook some stuff. Because there's some core things. And as usual, I'm having fun designing new encounters and maybe testing some old stat locks I got, and also, it was. I think it was last week, or was it 2 weeks ago now? After session, at one point we had a big powwow about, like I said, everybody's kind of wants and desires for new gear,
Yeah.
kind of counterpointing
Hey, don't touch my money.
what you guys would want
Dude, that guy's
to
high.
handle yourselves. There he is. I was like, that guy's high. I'm like, oh, well, let's wait for the preview to catch up. Yeah, they're making use of those angles. But yeah, like I said, it's always interesting to kind of parallel between what you guys want to do yourselves, whether that's through crafting, modding, whatever, and then what or very specific things you want to buy versus just being what do you need? For instance, not to say anything bad about your tank and his tankiness. Dallas is very, very good at tanking and drawing aggro. To the point where I think sometimes you've complained about him only existing to draw aggro. But he's usually good at that job. But just the structure of some of the encounters, I've been trying to make it a little bit less. Mortis is an immovable object who absorbs all the blows for free. Because you're decently EXP, he's a little hard to slap. So
Yeah.
I like to actually spread out the challenge. So for instance, Aaron has been thinking, I need some new armor or something because I'm very squishy, as you would expect from the wizard. So running some of that back there, you're still thinking about, implements and maybe some new melee weapons and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, yes.
I think I'm mostly covered on implements for now. Like, because the thing about implements, usually it's either to give yourself some specific utility or to let you do big magic damage.
Yeah.
And like I said, like, I know I complained about it a little bit because, like I said, who doesn't like doing big numbers?
Mm-hmm.
But like, those gauntlets you got me, I'm like, no, this is mostly what I want right here. It lets me do close for free and fucking gives me impact and burn. I'm like, no, this is nice. This is all I really need. And the shield bracelet like covers like my other support side. I'm like, no, this is tasty. This is fine.
Yeah.
Stop stealing my money. I need this money. I gotta buy the drugs.
No, it's their job to take your money back. They need that money to pay all these death benefits, Lucky. So many pensions.
No, these are constructs. These are cop constructs. There is no fucking city limit that has this many fucking cops. None.
Ah, I see. Okay, so Payday 2 exists in the alternate universe where there were no complaints about cops building autonomous cop robots, and that's what all these guys are.
They have to be.
They're just literal robot cops.
Puppets. Is that everything? Is that all of them? All right, let's send it up.
So is that hooked to a helicopter or a hot air balloon?
I think a plane's gonna come by and hook it. I think.
It is a Fulton. You're gonna Fulton the money. Where's Big Boss?
Wow. Yeah, no, I think David says that he thinks it's by the plane. I think like the plane's gonna come by and hook it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is actually how the Fulton recovery system is supposed to work.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
There's a little hook, yeah. It's very funny. I think it was shown off in The Dark Knight Rises. Not The Dark Knight Rises, the regular Dark Knight movie. Slightly before it became popularized by Peace Walker.
Mm-hmm.
The Fulton was mentioned in Metal Gear Solid 3, but it wasn't like a core mechanic. It was just like a funny plot thing, because that was a thing the CIA did test out in the 60s. I think in real life it's very bad for your bones some of the time.
I'm pretty sure because you go from 0 to very fast.
Yeah, it requires planes to fly kind of low, and it requires you to be very well braced and secured because it's quite a shock to be hooked by a fucking speeding cargo plane. But yeah, so juggling different stuff. Some of it has to do with just different, jokes and stuff. I'll see if I can get Dallas's iron boots he's joking about.
I mean, I technically want iron boots, but I just want the to match my gauntlet.
Yeah. And you can probably work that out with some regular fashion as well.
Oh yeah.
I'm just thinking about some of the specific, things that.
Wow.
As a
Oh, Loth found the other key card. Nice.
Neat. Dallas might appreciate for his build, etc. So planning on, a circulation of a couple different things and maybe some extra trinkets and doodads. Stuff to keep exciting.
Throwing flash.
Leona doesn't really need a new bow, but there is some funny stuff we can do with different ammo. And I can play around a little with Axe's ability to work in melee that's kind of separate from
Woo!
just straight up upgrading the katana that in character he was looking for several sessions to actually find and pay for. The power of exotics.
Okay, this
Yeah,
part I
so-
don't remember.
You don't remember this literal sewer mission?
No, this fucking maze underneath the sewer.
Listen, sometimes we gotta get a little weird. I believe they've added the ability for you to raid the U.S. Department of Justice at some point in this game. I think you can steal nukes in Payday 2.
Watch out!
Back it up.
Back it up! Well, oh, wait, Loth went on the other side.
It's very funny. I mean, I guess if you Fulton ballooned out your cash, you guys got to get out somehow.
Woo! Nice job,
Just keep
everybody.
sprinting towards Loth.
Big
This
cash.
year thing was very funny because I was about to talk about how that is. I have prefaced to you that is what the upcoming quest I talked about, like actually making a dungeon with a map. It's a sewer level time. There's gonna be water. It's gonna be goopy. Have a good time. And lots of other stuff. There's some side quests and other fluff stuff going on. Some people did notice that I covertly wrote some more stuff about the Sapphire Isle.
Yep.
Because I needed to hammer out some world building notes before bringing them up in a quest. Not only is that a location you want to go, but it's also related to cultures and notes of other stuff. So
Zombie Hunter pump, huh? 6 skin. Go for it. I gotta buy my new skill points. Why don't you infamy and start increasing that stuff? Alright, next we gotta do... Ba-ba. You don't want to re-level. Alright.
Alright, quick Twitter scroll. But yeah, honestly, it's kind of a quiet week. Just been, chilling through a lot of games. Clearing a lot of lotto boxes and stuff in FGO. You can hear about that on Let's Talk, which is out today. So I don't really have anything too crazy to talk about. I have been talking about wanting to catch up on my reading and probably spending some holiday money there, but it has been very cold those past couple of days, and I haven't felt like turning pages with my poor freezing hands.
Yeah.
So yeah, not really a lot on me to get through and catch up on. So this also might be a little bit of a short one. Anything else besides your Payday 2 ventures you've been got going on, Lucky?
I did pick up Biomutant. It was
that's right.
It was free on
PS Plus this month, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you talked about it a little. I did end up adding it to my library as a result of that conversation.
So, oh god. So it's an action RPG, but it was published by THQ Nordic. I can't remember who actually developed it, but it's, how do I want to say this? It's an okay game. It's not necessarily a game that I think is necessarily good. It has a lot of flaws, like in how it's designed and how it works. But there's something interesting underneath it all that's like hard to make it put down. Like a big part of the game is finding parts and making your own weapons. So you can like make your own shotguns, machine rifles, pistols. You can like dual wield pistols. You can have one-handed melee weapons, two-handed melee weapons that do slashing or clubbing. And there's like little special weapons you can all find around the place, and you can fiddle around, mix and match them, add different effects, upgrade them. Take them apart and slap other weapons in there. But it's like there's like always that little niggling things in there that always gets to me, like the models never necessarily line straight up when you like attach like something. Sometimes you'll add like, cuz guns have grip, stock, the base, which is the receiver and the barrel, and then muzzle, top, and magazine. Like those are the 5 parts to it. And you can like smash anything to anything, but sometimes shit just starts clipping through other shit, and I just see it, and I'm just like, huh! Like aesthetically, like this game has an aesthetic, and the aesthetic is junk. I mean that literally. Because the setting is a post-apocalyptic world where, you know, humans have died. A company called Toxinol has committed so much pollution that humanity left, and, you know, now there's weird mutant races on the planet. And you play one. You play somebody who basically came from a kung fu background. Or they call it in the game Wung Fu. And, you know, you're on a journey to, you know, unite all the tribes and, you know, avert the end of the world by saving the world. No, wait, they call it the life tree.
It's a tree.
It's a tree
Life.
of life. It has double helixes on it. So you have to wander in this big open world area, go around, meet people, boop snoots, and, you know, get stronger and collect things. You know, it has that classic, you know, go... I don't think it necessarily has any, like, you know, go kill, like, 10 of these things. But there's just a lot of quests where you're like, because there's a lot of quests where you're just like, God, there's just a lot of this, and I don't know why. For example, there is area-specific mechanics. Like, there's a zone in it called the Dead Zone where people can't breathe. I don't know why, but you're under an effect called, like, hypoxia or something.
Yep, hypoxia, not enough oxygen.
Yeah. And so you have to get into a mech to pilot around. And so around the world, there are 16 mech boxes that you can collect to get more parts for your mech. The thing is, those boxes only do cosmetics. They have no effect on what your mech actually does. And like I said, the aesthetic is junk. This is something that literally killed me. No matter what head you put on your fucking mech, it will always be tilted slightly to the right. No matter what. I'm just like, woo! So I'm just like, it gets me because, you know, there's this guy named Gizmo who's all like, oh yeah, I refitted this. I'm like, you couldn't refit it fucking straight? Seriously?
Tighten the screw.
Like, I die slightly every time. Loth, what the actual fuck?
Ugh. I know, Lucky, that you were a Navy man, so I don't know if you involved a lot with Germany. Staunch allies of ours. But I remember reading a news story very recently. They've got a new armored vehicle,
actually,
new tank they're testing, the Puma.
Puma.
There is a lot of funny reports because 18 out of 18 test models were allegedly rendered non-functional and sent back to the manufacturer. Well, the manufacturer, Rheinmetall, posted a list of what the complaints of the testers was that got them disabled, including stuff like blew a fuse, loose screw, and heated seats didn't turn on. Turns out they weren't broken; they just flicked the wrong switch. And it's definitely, when I said tightening a screw, definitely reminded me of that funny little story. Your tank is rendered, your test tank is rendered inoperable because you can't figure out how to turn on the fucking heated seats. How appropriately military.
Yeah, no. That's definitely a 1D10T error.
Yeah.
Wow, that is pink.
But yeah, so I did a little reading on it because, like, the customization stuff sounded interesting. You talk about build your own guns. I'm like, that sounds like I'm there for that. Apparently, by the way, it was made by Experiment 1, which is made by former Just Cause devs. And overall, yeah, it seems like a lot of people are talking about the stuff that you mentioned. It's, you know, general vibe seems to be that it's just all right. Which is kind of sad for a game that is exclusively on last gen. I think it came out last year for previous gen only. And it was full price still. Obviously, you know, free games are free games. Catching a lot of people. So there's definitely some fun there. I added it to my library. I can check it out later. You know, apparently the creators described it as Kung Fu Panda crossed with Mad Max.
You know, that's fairly apt. Yeah.
Yeah, from the way you described it, I'm like, okay, yeah, that analogy sounds good. Sounds like it's on the right bar. So it's if you've got the PS Plus Essentials, you know, you got a PlayStation, you can check it out. It doesn't even need to be PS5. Like I said, it is only on last gen, so that might be interesting. Like I said, I'll probably give it a poke at some point, but got a lot of games to play. Always more games. Games. But yeah, anything else about Biomutant you want to talk about?
Oh. Probably not. Like I said, I picked it up to kill time, and I was like having a pretty decent. I had a pretty decent time with it.
Yeah. That's always a good sign, you know. Just if you pick up a game randomly and you're like, okay, this works. Time is being killed.
Mm-hmm. You know what? We'll just leave it like that. There we go. All right, let's pick up a new heist.
Of course, Loth is the spooky skeleton. I used to think that's Loth. Loth, who fucking appears behind me in his Lalafell ghost costume on stream. Loth jump scare.
Loft scare.
But yeah, even though I know this one's kind of shorto, but obviously I think you guys have been here for a lot. It's you know, it's a holiday weekend now.
Tiara, nice, David.
Funny, not a lot of stuff going on. Overall, it's kind of relaxed. Hope everybody's having a good holiday season. Hope everybody's said this, you know, on the Let's Talk that went live today, but it's still true. It's a new day. It's still cold. Hope everybody's staying safe and staying warm.
Oh god, Axe is so right about that. Constant sand checks. Disorganized.
Yeah, I know. You know, just it's. Listen, we made the joke about shelves yesterday.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm gonna start this heist. Well, that just means it's easy for you, Loth.
Yeah, it's fine to stay warm. This is something I talked about on Let's Talk as well. You probably don't know because you woke up while we were streaming this, but I did mention at least that, you know, I know that you and anybody else in Australia who's listening are upside down, so it's not cold for you. But for a lot of us in the Americas, especially, it's very cold this holiday weekend. So, you know, stay warm, everybody.
Stay warm.
But yeah, I don't know why. I think it's because it's cold, but I'm yawning a lot. I don't really got a lot of other super energy stuff to talk about.
I don't really either.
Hopefully Chad has had a nice nostalgic time watching you go back to Payday 2, having some fun.
Yeah, probably, like, if everyone is down for Barotrauma, that's probably what I'm gonna switch to once we get.
I might need to brew myself a coffee or something, but yeah.
Yeah, no, same.
The audio edit shouldn't take too long. We've only been going for like an hour 45. And I don't have to edit video for this part.
All right, let's see. So it's the Diamond Store. I can't buy any loadouts. I'll probably pick up that thing later. Like, if I can get, like, 4 people to, like, who wants to play Payday 2 on the regular, I would, like, tell everyone to, like, specifically start, like, loading up on certain stuff. But, like, when it's just like this, I'm just like, whatever. Oh, Loth will not be here tomorrow. Suck.
Shame.
Whoa.
Well, then we'll try and get some time in today, then.
Yep.
In that case, yeah, if we don't really have anything else to talk about, we don't need to force it. We don't need to force the funny.
We do not.
I got lucky on it.
Ugh. I'll probably make me some coffee, too.
It's okay. Listen, it's cold. No, Loth, I understand. I literally talked about it earlier, but it's not exactly Boxing Day, but, you know. We do our family get-together usually after Christmas, technically. Ugh. So, I mean, I don't... What, you think I'm going to some crazy New Year's party? I'm going to be here on next Sunday as well.
I mean, I already bought my alcohol. I'll be drinking here, but that's about it. Let's see here.
I mean, we got to... You probably need to run down everybody who's possibly not in this live chat, but as I've said before, I'm not doing anything on that day in particular.
All right, I see one guard who's going upstairs. We got 2 cameras in the lobby so far. I think I see the security door. I think it's on the side over here. You got security? Yes, you do. All right.
But yes, in that
Lock
regard,
picking.
keep your eye out for our usual stuff. Should still be back. Speaking of Boxing Day, well, no, because we're gonna do What's Up.
Oh no.
That is watched by usually hundreds of people. Not live necessarily. I understand. We usually have like 10 to 15 concurrent viewers on What's Up, but the numbers, Mason.
What do they mean?
What do they?
All right, I will mask up.
But yeah, so speaking of Boxing Day, God of War should be this Monday still.
Yay.
And like I said, Tuesday will still be open. After that, not exactly sure what days we'll do what, but we'll be back for, Let's Talk at the usual time on a Friday. Should do another What's Up on Saturday, and all that fun stuff will shake itself out. So, in that regard, I will now do the outro.
Copy
First
that,
of all,
David.
if you're watching this, give us a like. If you're liking the video, fire up them likes.
No, do not use a shape charge on the door. That's for when shit goes bad, okay?
If you want to leave any comments, leave in the comment section down below. You can also hit up our Discord. Link in the video description on the channel page. If you're new here and haven't already, please sub. Would love to hit 3,200 sometime soon. Maybe inside of a month, maybe.
Okay.
Get we out here, chat. You can also make sure to ringeth the bell so you always know when we're posting new videos or when we're streaming. Sometimes it's very important to keep track of that.
Copy that, David. Opening second floor story door.
Boy, lockpick can take a little bit.
It does. That's why I started early. Second story open. Entering.
Discord bell notifications. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, if you're watching this like post haste, and you're having a good time, you think that membership thing is cool.
I'm gonna take out this guard.
You can join our channel membership, get access to membership badges and emotes. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neato. Neato burrito. Burrito.
Loth, come support me. I might have spooked a civilian out here. Loth? Can you get him?
I'm just mesmerized by your glove pattern.
Yeah, it's a pretty good glove.
The last thing then is to remind everybody, like I said at the start of the show, about Patreon. Support us on Patreon, get access to audio downloads, get access to other episodes early, lots of other fun stuff. Our minimum tier is about $1 a month or approximately $10 a year. It's a new year, almost. Great time to lock us in for a whole year, so consider that if you haven't. It's a great way to support us. That's everything out of me, so I think we need to leave Lucky to his heisting and his sick gloves. And,
We cleared
we'll see you later.
We cleared the as long as they don't find that fucking body bag. Don't go in there.
Who would find a body bag?
Don't go in there.
Who would do that?
Okay, I think we're okay. Oh, you found the fucking body bag! Oh my god! The one place you didn't have to fucking look!
Well, and now you're dead, buddy.
And now he's dead. Is that
Look
all the
where your
guards?
extra initiative got you. Welcome to the What's Up postscript, where Lucky doesn't have a free moment to end the stream, so we're just still here.
Yeah, I mean, you can hit the end stream button anytime.
That's true, I can. You want me to hit the end stream button? I can do that.
Please, I got to take out this manager here in a second.
All right. Don't forget to stop streaming on OBS too, though, because
I will.
that'll make YouTube get weird. All right. That's everything from us. Sorry to leave you at a cliffhanger, guys, but like I said, I got to go edit this off. I got to edit this audio and get some coffee. That's how bad I'm doing right now. Night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.